What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shay Renee, and we are back to talk about Sistas, season 6, episode 20, The Last Laugh. And child, I ain't did no laughing at this show at all. I'm trying to keep from crying because I keep on watching this foolishness. But let's just get into it, shall we?
Can't ball in a life, man. Go on with it, go on with it. Do us. So we are coming in with a force, yeah. Blessing the reap and we going on full. Oh, we not rise on board. Yeah, we give thanks like we need it the most. We have to give thanks like we really supposed to be thankful. Blessings all from the life, man. But thank God for the journey that's to the plus. Yeah. Gratitude is a must. Yeah. Blessings all from the right hand. But I toast to the friends that take off every load one time. Sit down in a class and we pour them. Only see the road and we go on with the road.
Looking for ways to improve your health? Look no further. Visit www.shayreneeonline, where we provide healing beyond the prescription pad. We have hand-blended teas and herbs that are going to provide you with ultimate immune health, cold-pressed juices, as well as sea moss gels that are going to provide you with your daily vitamins and nutrients in just 2 tablespoons. Shop www.shayrenee.net and receive free shipping on all orders over $75. Don't wait, because a healthy life is ahead. Y'all, so this episode really, it was very disappointing. I'm so entirely sick of Danni. Danni does not represent any reasonably minded female. Like, the stuff that she's doing with Preston doesn't make any sense. So let's just get on into it. So Danni comes into the apartment. The episode starts off where Danni comes into the apartment. Preston is sitting there watching TV because obviously he said to her at the airport that he wanted to talk to her. She strolls on in like, oh, you still awake? He's like, well, yeah, I said I wanted to talk to you. And she's like, oh, well, I was just out with the girls. I thought you would be in the bed. And he's like, so did you want me to be in the bed, or you thought I was going to be in the bed? And she was just like, I just thought you would be in the bed. And he's like, okay, well, I wanted to talk to you about the guy and everything that happened earlier at the airport. And she's like, oh, I really just don't want to talk about it. Can we just talk about it in the morning? And he's like, you just want to keep on kicking the can down the road. And she's like, yeah. And he's like, that wasn't like, I wasn't being serious by saying that. Like, I don't want to keep on prolonging this conversation. Can we just have the conversation? And she keeps on blowing him off like, come on, Preston, I'm just so tired. I was hanging out with the girls and I just want to go to bed. What are you so tired? She was like, oh my God, it was just a lot that happened. Like, oh my God, you just don't know. It was just a lot. And he's like, so basically all you thinking about is yourself. You're not thinking about how that affected me earlier, seeing you talking to some dude. Then you going and hanging out with your friends. You going to work early and you don't never go to work early. I put a gift in your car. You ain't said nothing about the gift. So she says, oh yeah, I left it at work. So you took the time to go out to the car to get the gift that he put in your car, took it inside your job, and didn't do nothing with it from there. Like, Danni, you are very childish. You sat up there and did all of that in front of that girl, and Andy and Gary and whatever that girl is that he was, Penelope. You trying to air them out, but you ain't no better because you over there with another dude and you got a dude, and a good dude at that. But you know what, Preston, I can't feel sorry for you anymore because you had Mindy who really wanted to be with you. And my thing is, if you don't want to be with Mindy, then don't waste her time either. But you also can't force Danni to want to be with you, and she don't want to be with you. It is what it is. So we get to the next scene, and this was so dumb. This was such a waste of our damn time and scene. Y'all, we're going to get through this review pretty quickly because this episode was trash. So they get the call from the neighbor lady, right? So Zach and Fatima hurry up and go over there. So Heather is sitting there with the paramedic and they wrapping her arm up because obviously old home bozo that she got standing in the back smoking a fake cigarette is over there. I did it, but you better not say nothing. I'm like, who the heck? Where did they find this extra man? Then Zach comes in there talking about something. Michael, you okay? Zach? Are you trying to be funny? Michael is nonverbal. Did you think Michael was going to be like, yeah, Dad, I'm good? What the hell? What the hell are you talking? What are you doing? You yelling in the back. First of all, we didn't even see Michael. There was this thing circulating on the internet, which was damn funny, where Heather was holding Michael and he was turned away. Apparently, her breath was stank. And that's what the picture insinuated. I was dying laughing. That was absolutely hilarious. But Heather is like, "What? Get out of here. Just do what I say. Get out of here." And I'm like, the police came and everything. The police knew that Zach was the kid's father, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. But I'm like, you see all of this foolishness. Why would you leave this child here in the middle of all this? You got this random, nobody questioned the man over here with the cigarette. Don't nobody know who he is. We didn't even see Michael on camera. He probably wasn't even really there. For all we know, but I guess we got to assume that Zach could see him on screen somewhere. But Zach, why? I just couldn't get over the fact that he coming in. Michael, you all right? Michael doesn't talk. So I don't know why you thought Michael was gonna speak back. Okay, maybe he shook his head. Moving on. So Fatima was like, Heather, can I talk to you for a little bit? And Heather like, what you gonna do? Beat my ass? Okay, here now she from Tennessee. I thought you was in Georgia. Child. Unbelievable. Okay. This is clearly a money grab. Heather does not care about this little boy. She doesn't want to take care of him. Zach is caught up. He's like, how the heck did I get myself in this situation? I just want my son. I want to take care of him. It's clear that this woman just wants money, but I want to make sure that my son is taken care of because this is giving him flashbacks of what happened to him when he was a child. And I don't know if the mother has passed away yet in Sistas, but is Fatima, his mother, died. So Heather is just a representation of the mother. And her stripping and doing all this stuff to get money is the same thing as his mother's drug addiction to him. So they go outside. They're like, okay, we're going to just leave. Like, we don't want no problems. We're going to leave. So they go outside and the neighbor is out there. The neighbor was in the building and Heather said, that nosy bee over there, I know you the one called the police. And the neighbor gives her the finger. And so they go outside and they see the neighbor. And the neighbor was like, you know what? She called me one more. I'm going to whoop her myself. And Zach was like, please do. Please, please, I'll pay you. Like, seriously, please do it. I'm like, Zach, you gonna waste all the rest of your little bit of money giving it to this lady. And Fatima was like, no, we don't have to do that. And the lady was like, what I tell you about messing with my money? I'm like, but lady, last time you was ready to get the money back and you was insulted. Now you doing stuff. So basically now this is a money grab for you. That's what it is. Child, moving on. So then we get on back to Zach. I mean, not Zach. We're back on the scene with Danni and Rodeo. Okay. Preston gets up. He takes a shower. He's like knocking around, kicking the bobo all around, making noise so that Danni can wake up. Danni finally wakes up and is like, why are you making all this damn noise? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? He's like, I want to talk to you. You said we can talk in the morning, so I want to talk in the morning. It's morning. It's morning. Let's have this conversation right now. Preston is not playing with her. Okay. So she's like, I mean, can we just do it later? And he's like, no, we don't have later. Danny, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, did you just decide that, are you ready for a relationship? Did you decide to be with me because you had that incident with the guy? Like, what is going on? And Danny is like, what is your problem? Like, I don't know what's going on. He's like, well, what's up with the guy at the airport? Like, you haven't told me anything about what's going on with this guy. You're just disregarding my feelings. He's like, I love you. Like, I want to be with you, but you are just not, it doesn't seem like you want to be in a relationship. And Danny was like, no, that's you saying that. That's what you're saying. Danny, you're not negating what he's saying. You're being a childish little bitch. Like, I cannot with Danny in this relationship with Preston. She does not deserve him. Mind you, no woman would act like that. Like, I just feel like I have not seen anybody as slow and as immature as Danny. Like, you are ready to sacrifice Preston for this man in the black van that you don't even know. You don't know nothing about him. You didn't even learn nothing about him until the end of the episode. It's crazy to me. Like, what in the world is wrong with Danny? She is just as slow as all get up. So Danny is just being immature, like, here you go, ready to, he was like, you know what, I don't think we can do this anymore. Like, you're not, and he was like, do you want to be with me? Like, she's like, Preston, I don't want to talk about this. Like, she's not answering any of his questions. And he's like, you know what, that's my answer right there. Like, I see what's going on here. You not really trying to be with me. You playing games. I don't got time for this. And he was like, you know, how am I supposed to react? You over here sleeping with other men, and then we supposed to be in a relationship now. Like, I need to know something. She was like, and I'm not sleeping with other men. You were sleeping with other men. You were. You just had a man over there that almost beat you to a damn pulp. Then you just got people in your, you just got men coming in and out of your house, know where you live at. It's just unfreaking believable. Unbelievable. This woman is so dumb and in denial. It's very strange and crazy to me. I don't know what, honestly, what Danny is looking for. I don't know what she wants, because you are really ready to try it out with this man at your job, Tony, and you don't know nothing about him. You've been on a total of 2 random dates with him, and on the second date, you found out some bullshit about his friend, sister, and your friend. You don't know him at all. And clearly, both of y'all are not healthy together. So you're going to sacrifice all of this for this man. You know Preston. Preston is trying to get to know you. Then she kept on saying, oh, okay, so you're calling me a whore, when he brought up the fact that she was sleeping with other people. And he was like, I never said that. I didn't say that. So now you over here putting words in the man's mouth. Danny was gaslighting him because she don't want to talk to Preston anymore. I think that Danny, you know, later on in the episode, she tried to act like she all sad and whatnot. You're not sad, Danny. You did what you did to drive this man away. And then the thing is, and this is something that some women do, continue to poke and poke and poke and see what you can do, and just see how far you can go with somebody to push them away. And if they survive it, oh, they must really love me. No, that's stupid as fuck. Stop doing shit like that's so childish and stupid. You don't keep on pushing people's buttons as far as you can and see if they really love you. No. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Stop playing games. That's why a lot of women are single. Because you want to play all these fucking games. That's what it, in my opinion, that's what it is. And I ain't no expert on relationships. And most people may say, Shay, shut the hell up because your ass is married. But I never played games. I always said what I meant what I said. If the homeboy ain't fall in the line with the program, I'm going to move on to the next one. Because I always believed in there's plenty of fish in the damn sea. Okay? But Preston rolls out. Danny seemingly looks sad, but not really. And so then we go to the next scene with Andy and Karen. So Andy is at home. Karen calls her because she getting ready to come upstairs. So as Karen is coming upstairs, we have the guy, child, what the hell is the boy's name? Jordan. Jordan calls Andy. Okay. So he calls Andy and says, "Hey, I just want to see how you doing from the other night. That was a whole lot. My sister wants to talk to you because she has some questions." And Andy is just like, I really don't. I think I know that know all I need to know. Like, this dude, what did you know about Gary anyway? He's like, we were getting to know him. I'm like, how you getting to know somebody that your sister was dating and she was dating him for 3-4 years? Boy, what? You should know this guy, especially he is engaged to your sister and pregnant. That don't make no sense. You just getting to know him, but okay. But he ends up saying, Penelope wants to talk to Andy. She has some questions for her. She just wants to find some closure. Obviously, all this stuff is new to her, and it's a lot. Andy knows that Gary is full of shit. Andy just continues to endure the bullshit. She keeps on going on and on with it. But hey, whatever. Give the girl her closure if that's what you want to do. So then he ends up asking her, where does she work? He was like, "Oh, you work downtown, don't you? I got a project to do down there, or I have a meeting down there. Can we go to lunch together?" She's like, "Oh, let me check my calendar. I'll see." Andy, you don't want to go to lunch with this man. You full of shit too. Because you going to end up right back over there playing games with damn Gary. So moving on, Karen comes upstairs. And Karen is talking to her about the contractor. They reiterate the whole stuff that happened with Andy and the night before with the guys and Gary, and how she's still hurt, but Andy's still hurt, but she still cares about Gary. She is really bothered. Girl, Andy, you are a glutton for punishment. It's just seemed too much for me. It's team entirely too much. So anyway, Karen tells her about the contractor, which this contractor situation with Jason Weaver, I just feel like it's very weird. Also, why is Jason Weaver on this show? I feel like it's beneath him. I really do. You were Simba in The Lion King. You were on The Shy. You have done so many amazing things. I don't know why you're on Sistas. I don't know if them Lion King checks are still rolling in. I hope so. But moving on. Karen, eventually, they're talking about the salon and whatnot and how it's going to take a long time to get it together. She's going to do hair in her house. She need the money to pay the contractor. So Andy pulls out a checkbook, writes the check for her, and Karen says she's going to pay her back. Moving on. Now we're with Danni and Sabrina. Sabrina comes over to the house to check on Danni. I don't know why she over there checking on her, because it ain't like Danni the one got cheated on, but whatever. So Sabrina sits on the couch. Danni is upset. She's like, "Oh, I thought Preston would be here." She's like, "Well, he left, and I guess it's over, blah blah blah. He called me a whore." First of all, Danni, you are a bold-faced lie. That man did not call you a whore. And Sabrina, I'm really getting sick and tired of y'all making Danni make sense. This doesn't make any sense, this behavior that she's doing. Y'all justify all the little bullshit that each and every one of y'all do. Y'all need to start telling each other the damn truth. Danni, you are a stupid bitch. That's what you need to tell her. I tell my friends that when they being a stupid bitch, I'm like, "Girl, you was a stupid ass bitch. Like, that is dumb." Sometimes you need a friend to tell you the truth. And y'all are lying to each other. All of y'all are in stage 4 denial. It's ridiculous, okay? Ridiculous. Michelle says all the females on Sistas are crazy. Absolutely. You ain't never lied, Michelle. What's up, friend? How you doing? I'm so glad you're in the chat. Abiste Winner says, "Hey, what's up? What's up?" Abiste Winner says, "Preston kind of did call her a sleep around in so many words." I mean, well, she is. Shit, the man ain't lying. She done slept with 4 people on this show. The stripper man, the cop guy, the crazy man, Preston. Oh, 5. And the dude that had Sabrina and them going to Q. You don't even know these men. It's absolutely insane to me. Jasmine Simmons says, hey, Shay Renee, got a prediction. The contractor's wife has passed. Oh my God. Yeah, that would make sense. I'm thinking the man want to lock her in the basement or something, because something is crazy. It's very weird. Okay, it's very weird. You getting a little too close to Karen and her pregnancy. I just think it's real weird. But moving on, she writes. No, we're on Sabrina and Danni. I just think that Sabrina, she's very gullible. I really wanted her in that moment to say, well, Danni, why were you hanging out with Tony last night and you should have been at home with Preston? You have a man. Like, why are you over here with this man? You don't know him like that. You trying to get to know him. Like, it's team too much. And you need to stop eating where you shit. You are messing with all these men at your job. You met the crazy man at your job. Hell, you met Preston at your job. You met the officer at your job. It's team too much. It's team entirely too much. So Sabrina and Danni are about to walk out the door. And I don't know if Danni thought that Preston was going to come through the door when she opened the door or whatnot. But she starts getting the crying and carrying on. She upset because Preston left. Girl, you did not care about Preston. Okay? You didn't care about Preston at all. Period. A bitch say when it says prediction contractor really doesn't have a wife. Now that one, I agree with that one. Something ain't right with him. Something is very, very weird. Like, he is too attached to her pregnancy for me. It's team too much. It's entirely team too much. Okay. So moving on, contractor is a weirdo. He definitely is. So moving on, we get to the next scene where Fatima is, child, let me remember this. I'm trying to watch the show and talk to y'all and remember what the hell going on. Fatima comes downstairs and Zach is on the phone. So they're eating breakfast together and they're talking about what happened the night before and basically what their next steps are. So they're supposed to be going to meet with the lawyer this morning so they can figure out what the heck is going on with moving forward with this court case to get him some custody and to basically not have to pay Heather, because if he gonna have the kid over there full time, then what the hell is the point of paying her some child support? So Zach is really upset. He can't eat. He's just having a whirlwind of emotions because, again, this is what happened to him when he was young. He's just wondering what's going to happen with Michael. So Fatima is like, you know what? Let's just go on in here and figure out what's going on so we can get this court case going and get the kid. Child, I don't know. I just think that this whole situation with Fatima and Zach, like, girl, Zach, get the kid. Just go to court. Do what you got to do. I mean, Heather is clearly just trying to get money, and Heather is not taking care of that boy. And anybody with good sense will walk into that apartment and see that they ain't taking care of that kid. It's the reason why that little boy is not talking. So moving on, we see Danni at work early, okay? She runs into Tony miraculously. So she's like asking him about his position. Apparently, he's like some VP or whatever at the airport. And child, who gives a damn? Okay. She said, well, your van is creepy or whatever. And so he says that the reason why he drives the van is because his father gave it to him, which I can understand that it has sentimental value. His father passed away, so he driving the van around. This is what I'm saying. You got rid of your dude and you don't even know this man. You know absolutely nothing about Tony. Tony all up in your business. He know what's going on with your friends and whatnot and carrying on. but you know absolutely nothing about him. Then he even trying to get you a job back there where he at. And she's like, oh no, I think that's a bit too much. But you over here canoodling with him. Skipping having conversations with your then boyfriend to go and hang out with him and his friends. Danny, you full of shit. And Tony, I don't even know why you want Danny. Because if you know her or you've heard her with her friends, you know that she ain't shit. I feel like what Tyler Perry is trying to write, he's trying to make Tony the black version of Preston. Tony's going to be the knight in shining armor that is there for Danny. He understands her more because she's black. All of that is a load of bullshit to me. Preston was a good dude too. It's just you couldn't see through it because he was white. I don't know. I have no clue. Gabby Janice says, just like Aaron fell in love with Karen in 2 full episodes. Right. Child. Crazy. Gabby Janice says, plot twist, Heather's son, not even Zach's. I'm hoping that happens. But I think that Zach is so attached to the boy now that he just really, he on some, I want to save him type stuff. Gabby Janice says, Danny might fall in love with this man and he's going to do her like Gary did Andy. Yes. Yes. And yes. 5 stars all the way across. You want to know why? Because he told them, remember y'all, all those guys said we don't never want to get married again. So it's like, why are y'all even dealing with these men that clearly are saying that they don't want to commit? They talking about been there, done that. I ain't trying to do that again. So Danny, okay, your commitment issues, there you go. But then she gonna get mad at him if he don't want to commit down the line if she wants to commit. Danny don't know what the hell she wants. She gonna play games with this man just like she did Preston. Abyss Day when it says, yeah, but her and Preston didn't have anything in common. But did they not? I feel like she didn't even try to get to know Preston, and Preston was willing to do whatever to be with her because he loved her. But then again, I'm like, why do you love her so much? Like, what pulled you in besides her pussy? Because, I mean, you didn't even know her favorite restaurants. You didn't really know much about her. And you kept begging her to tell you about her. So that whole relationship, I'm glad is scrapped anyway at this point. But I do think that she did homeboy dirty. Jasmine Simmons says, hopefully they include Fatima pregnancy soon. They moving too slow. Yeah, I agree, because I want them to just go ahead, write off this Michael character, get rid of Karen's baby as an attachment to Zach and Fatima, and just let them move on. Like, why even have a different show for them if you're going to keep on? I guess they got to try to keep them encroached in the sisters' hemisphere some kind of way. But, child, who knows? But in the next scene, we get to Karen and the weird-ass contractor. So the contractor gives her the new quote after Karen came there with a check, right? But then he's like, well, I want to show you this new building because the new building is the same as what you're paying for rent here. And you can just have your own building and the owner is an asshole and, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, how do you know all of this stuff? And he all excited. He's like, well, I can take you over there to see it. She's like, okay, I'll follow you in my car. He's like, no, you can ride with me. And I'm like, sir, why are you so pressed for her to ride with you? You about to go lock her in the basement somewhere? You sounding real crazy. Okay, you sounding real stage 5 clingerish, if you ask me. Then he giving her all these clothes and stuff. So earlier, Karen had called Fatima and was like, hey, I have all these clothes or whatever. And Fatima ultimately was like, girl, what the fuck you want? But she was like, I'm going to get all this stuff from this guy that's giving me things. And, you know, if it's anything in there for Zach's son, you are certainly welcome to it. So Karen, she decides to go ahead and ride with the contractor. I don't know why he's so pressed for her to ride with him. But we're going to see. Like, she, you know, listen, he keep on talking about this wife. And then when she says, Karen had said something to him about, you know, I'm sure your wife this. And he's like, oh, she doesn't pay me any attention. I mean, oh, yeah, my wife. Yeah. I'm like, Your wife left you. I don't understand. And you got a lot of kids. Then you keep on looking at Karen like, oh, you only got one kid. Maybe she can just come over here and help me take care of all my children. Who knows what the fuck this crazy situation is, but it's just getting very weird. So then we get to the final scene. Gary goes over to Hayden's house because he got to fuck everybody else's life up because his is fucked up. So he goes over there with this envelope. Hayden is walking out of the house with Tamara. They all blissfully in love. And Gary drops the bomb on him that Fatima's cousin, which, by the way, how did Gary know that Madam was Fatima's cousin? He don't know that. Hayden didn't even know that Madam was Fatima's cousin. Fatima never revealed that. So how do they know? How do they know? And Gary, you over here trying to blow somebody's spot up because your life is fucked up. You need to be over here worrying about how you gonna pay this child support to Penelope after you done messed her life up and played Russian roulette with it. Child, I'm about sick and tired of damn Gary. I want them. They talking about they gonna write some characters off of Sistas. I want Gary to just be gone because it's no need for him. And I'm just like, why are you digging so deep into Hayden's life and what's going on with Tamara? You took your time to hire a private investigator to do all this stuff to figure her out. But then again, I think they both decided to do that before Hayden decided to marry her and he was all falling in love. So I think they already had that in place. I'm not sure, child, because Tyler Perry just throws some bullshit up in here. But anyway, you seem to try to expedite this whole situation, Gary, because your life is fucked up. Child, let's get back into the comments. Them clothes in the garbage bag, though, child. Indeed, they are. And listen, don't judge me because that's how I take the clothes to the Goodwill, child. Heather, son, not Zach's or Karen, imaginary baby. Right. Karen need to just go ahead. She read them results upside down. It's probably damn Gary's baby or somebody else. I thought they said Gary hired a private eye. Yeah. Okay, so you right then. I guess he did. I think he did it right around before Hayden had married Tamara. I remember them talking about it in Hayden's office vaguely. Jasmine Simmons says listening on them phones. That's how Gary know. Yeah, Gary, nosy, Rosie. Listening to Andy's conversations. That would make sense because you put your office strategically across the way so you can look. You bought her that penthouse so you can spy on her. But then you sitting up here telling Penelope that she ain't nothing but a side piece. You did a whole lot of work to spy on a side piece and to keep her around. Gary full of shit. That's what he is. Gary wants his cake and eat it too. He want to be with Penelope, somebody that's all wholesome and carrying on. But then you want to be a freak in the sheets with Andy. Child, I can't keep up. Gary, where's your children? That's what I want to know. Where is your kids? Where is your son with autism? What is going on? Like, who has custody of your kids? But you getting ready to bring another kid in the world, and you over here investigating people for somebody else. You two involved in the wrong shit. Child, unbelievable. And I cannot with this show. Bring on the writers already because this team too much. And all the Queensmen, come on back. Zatima, I hope the writers are there for y'all too. Y'all, this whole Christian Keys stuff, Tyler Perry, I think if Tyler Perry is one of the people that he's naming, I don't know for sure, but it's sounding a little crazy. These shows about to be affected anyway. That's just my thoughts on the situation. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else that's watching this show too. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.